I've been sitting here for a while trying to record this video, and no matter how I try and do it, it just seems really awkward, and I cringe at myself when I watch the video back. So at this point, I just feel like I have to just record it because I really do want to make videos through this journey. Seems really cliche, but through this journey. And I feel like if I'm trying to get perfection when I'm doing it, then I'm not going to do anything, and that seems a little bit I don't know, silly. I don't really care how these videos turn out. I just want to have fun making them. And honestly, I've been really inspired by people's videos who I've watched doing various thru hikes, and I'm really glad that they, even though I'm sure it wasn't easy for them, I'm sure that they probably felt awkward a lot of the time. I really appreciate that they did that, because it made me realize that this was something I could do with my life as well. I don't think I would have ever tried something like this if it wasn't for those people. So what exactly am I doing? What am I doing? That is a really good question. What am I doing? I don't know sometimes, but in this instance, I do kind of know. I'm here in Jeju Island, which is a really awesome volcanic island at the south of South Korea, right? It's off the southern coast of South Korea. It's a part of South Korea. And I actually came to Jeju a year ago, pretty much exactly a year ago, in my last summer vacation. I live in Korea, so that's why. And I was just traveling around, and I did some sections of a thru hike that's here called the Jeju Island. And I really enjoyed walking those sections. I had so much fun. I had such a great time. They weren't particularly difficult or challenging, but apart from the incredible heat at the time because it was summer, but I really enjoyed it. And after that, I started to really toy with the idea of maybe I could do the whole thing as a thru hike, camping and everything. And so I slowly got more interested in it, and here I am. I'm going to be officially starting my thru hike tomorrow. So the Jeju Island is a thru hike on Jeju Island that goes around the circumference of the island, and it also is on a few of the islands. There's a few outlying islands that there are mini routes on, some extra routes. So that's what the Olle Trail is. It's not a particularly challenging hike in terms of elevation. It's because it's along the coast primarily. There's not crazy elevation gains and descents that you might find in some other thru hikes. But it's a pretty interesting way to see the island, and it leads you through a mixture of both urban and rural areas. Areas with beautiful nature, beautiful beaches, some mountains and forests, but also through back alleys and farms and places like that. So it's a very diverse route to take. Yeah, I'm just really excited to be here. I've been planning to do this for probably the last 6 months, and I feel kind of nervous. I've been feeling kind of nervous. Not that I think that it's something I can't do. It's not such a massive commitment like something like the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail or something like that, but still, it's my first time. I'm here by myself, and even just the idea of kind of being on my own for a month, just kind of in my own little bubble, is both really, really exciting, but also kind of scary. Just being stuck alone with my own thoughts for that long. Luckily, podcasts exist, so I can have other, people channeled into my brain, and this is Korea, so there's internet everywhere. It's not like I'm ever going to be out of service, so there's things that make it definitely a little bit easier, a less of an intense, in the wilderness experience. But I'm still nervous, and I'm still very excited as well. I don't know really what else to say. I got my little cute passport, so you get stamps as you go along and complete the routes, so you can record that you completed them all, and then at the end you get a certificate thing if you completed it all, which is not the most important thing, you know. All that matters is that I know in my heart that I did it. But it's satisfying. I think that this will be really fun. What I really enjoyed last time about walking some of the sections was I feel like a lot of the time when I'm hiking, I'm really like attached to my phone, you know, always checking like where am I going to go next. But because all of these routes are like really like clearly like marked out with like ribbons and markers and stuff, it kind of feels like treasure hunt, you know. You're always looking for like the next thing. And it was sort of my first time experiencing doing like trails like that where they were like really clearly like laid out. And so it's kind of nice to have that excitement of like finding the next place to go, and oh, I finally got to my next stamp. It's kind of like, I don't know, going on like a Pokemon journey or something like that. You know, collecting all the badges. So yeah, I look forward to this aspect of it, even though it might be a little bit cheesy or something. Even if I don't get a certificate or anything, having this to me I think will be very cool as a little keepsake, I guess, assuming that I complete it, which unless something really bad happens, I really want to make sure I do it. It's my first time doing more serious camping as well. I've only camped a couple of times, literally like in the past couple of months. I went to Jeju, which is Jeju Mountain, in sort of the southern part of South Korea, just a couple of months ago, and that was my first time camping and pitching a tent by myself. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of camping and, you know, maybe putting up with some wet weather because it is the rainy season here in Korea, and Jeju is quite a windy island on top of that, so those two factors combined will potentially lead to some interesting situations. But yeah, I'm really excited to be starting and just being alone and free without any commitments, nothing to worry about. All I have to do is walk and just enjoy experiencing the things that I come across, and really just taking things slowly is really awesome. So yeah, I think there's not really much else to introduce. Tomorrow I will do my first section, so I'm going to do all of the sections have numbers, so I guess let's open up to, my plan is to do 7-1. 7-1. So there's some extra like there's the main routes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. But then there'll be some like extra like side routes that are kind of connected to the main route. So like 7-1, or I think there's a 14-1. I don't remember exactly. So yeah, this will be my first one, and then at the end of it, I will need to find somewhere to camp, that's actually the thing that worries me the most, is that it's not like wild camping here is like strictly forbidden, but it's not like totally fine either. So it's kind of like if you're not kind of inconsiderate about it, then it seems to be pretty fine. But yeah, just like finding places to camp and hoping that that'll be okay is something that I'm probably the most nervous about out of most things. But yeah, I'm excited. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow, so I'm both kind of really happy but also like not impressed about that. I kind of like the idea of having a bit of a challenge, getting stuck straight in and like having to deal with not great weather, but at the same time maybe it would be nice to be eased into it a little bit more. So yeah, that's my first section. I'm gonna just chill out today and kind of mentally prepare myself and organize myself a bit, and hopefully get a fairly early start tomorrow before it gets too hot. And yeah, I guess you'll see what I get up to tomorrow. Bye.